What's going on, YouTube? This is Ozzy right here, um, bringing you the review for this last week's matchups. Again, this is a brand new channel, FATT Fantasy All the Time, and we are reviewing the league that I am in, Heroes versus Villains, and my team is Gotham City Rogues. This week I played Dark Goodell, which is Fernando's team, and Fernando is in first place in his division, and very much like a first place player playing a last place player. Yes, things went bad for me. I can. This is an ongoing conversation. I can't get wins. I can't get wins if my life depended on it. I only lost by what 11 points, but even though Tom Brady threw me a bone by not getting 100 points like he usually gets, Ezekiel Elliott didn't help. That last run killed me. The last touchdown run he did. Rashard Matthews continuing to just get touchdown after touchdown. Larry Fitzgerald showing that he's the ageless wonder. Greg Olsen and Travis Kelce didn't do much for him. The Packers defense probably helped me out the most. He left quite a bit of points on his bench. Mostly Ryan Matthews. If he would have started Ryan Matthews, he would have cracked 100, no problems. And I would have been completely out of it. It came down to the Monday night game, Cincinnati versus New York Giants, and Giovanni Bernard did not do anything for me. But yeah, let's see. Rashad Jennings 10 points on his bench. Colin Kaepernick 23. Had he started Kaepernick over Brady, he would have had a lot more points still, 13 more points than he got from Brady. But who would have thought that was gonna happen? So let's see my team. Again, I was on the losing end of this, and I got 21 points off my waiver wire pickup from Joe Flacco. Mark Ingram did not produce back to back this week. 6 points only. Juwan Harris, I think that's how you pronounce it. 1 point. I started him over Carlos Hyde, and Carlos Hyde only got 1.2. So yeah, bad. Antonio Brown, 21 points, proven to show that he is the number one wide receiver in the league, even though statistically he is not. Tom Montgomery, I think that experiment is done with. CJ Fedorowicz, I believe he had 2 weeks prior to this week game with touchdowns and didn't help. Giovanni Bernard, I needed 14. We needed 15 points out of Gio, did not get it. Dolphins defense, they actually kept me in this. Out of nowhere, they just jumped from like 8 points to 16 points, so they helped out a lot. Kept it within reach, but still not enough. Let's see. Tyreek Hill and Kenneth Dixon. If I would have just mixed up a little, quite a bit of the lineup, it would have given me enough points to win. But again, I did not, and it's horrible, man. It's horrible. Kill me. All right, guys. So that was this matchup. It's Kansas City Royals versus Stark Adele. I'm gonna review the rest of the guys. I'm using this new laptop. I'm actually loving it. It works so much better than my old one. This camera is an HD camera. The screen is touchscreen. I can adjust the screen to the full. Make sure I get all the corners and everything here. So yeah. So hopefully the videos upload a lot more smoothly and faster. So I'll be able to record more videos. Might even if it's super fast, which I'm thinking it is. I might be able to even do uh, maybe 3 videos a week. I am going to be doing the review, and the preview videos now. Uh, so as long as this computer is much faster than my old one, which is so far seems like it is. All right, guys. So I'm going to pause this real quick and jump to the next screen. So let's check out the other matchups in our league. All right. So let's see what Taco Corp managed to do versus Thor's Hammer, Mr. Tizo. We went to Austin this weekend, so it was pretty cool. J Lo didn't get to go, so next time maybe you go, J Lo. Teasel, loved your house. Uh, Visiting Austin was very fun. Hopefully, we get to go back soon again and chill with you again. So yeah, next time I want to go to Austin, let's all go to Teasel's house and I don't know, get him drunk like we did this weekend. All right, so Taco Corp cracked 100 points. He's second place. He's right under Fernando in the villains division. Thor's Hammer is one of the many teams in in my division. The Heroes is 3-7. Yeah, 3-7. So J Lo manages to just prove week after week that he is very good at this. Even though he's probably one of the guys who least watches football. Other than JJ Nelson, uh, everything else looked pretty good. 25 points out of DeMarco Murray, 26 points out of Aaron Rodgers, 10 points Kenny Britt, 12 points Broncos defense. Had he gone Jamison Crowder over JJ Nelson, he would have cracked 120, 110 points, 111. Doris Hammer, not much, nothing really happened with his team. Just a bunch of underperforming players. Winston, 18 points. Jeremy Hill, 10 points. He got that touchdown. Gio should have got it, but Jeremy Hill got the touchdown. Chris Ivory, 4 points. Julio Jones, 13 points. Very mediocre game. Not a lot of high scoring. So the Philadelphia defense has proven that they can slow down one of the top offenses in the league. Not easy to do, especially Julio Jones. Devontae Adams, 15 points. So he's proven to show. He's showing everybody that he is on the same page with Aaron Rodgers. So, you know, he's a must keep. He is a must start. Don't trade him. Keep him. He is the opening door to probably what's his name, Jordy Nelson exiting uh, Green Bay. So he's probably going to be the next what's that, Greg Jennings. So yeah. So it kind of sucks for Jordy Nelson. I kind of like him, but you know, those wide receivers for Green Bay are a revolving door. Randall Cobb, 3 points. So they're suffering. They don't help each other out. There's too many good receivers in that team, mostly because Aaron Rodgers. So yeah, so Jeremy Langford 2 points on his bench, Troy Fleer 2 points, and Derrick Henry 3 points. Very low scoring game out of Tizo. You know, me, Tizo, and Ronnie, I believe we're all out of the playoffs already. There's like almost no chance we're gonna make. Well, at least not for me. I only have 2 wins. So yeah, so very very tough division here in the hero division, and we cannot get wins. Like it's really hard to come by with wins in this division. All right, guys, let's go on to the next team. All right, so grind time box. I'm not sure who that is. This is one of the tie games. Philip Rivers, Seth Crow, Darren Sproles, Jordan Nelson, Cole Beasley, just Whittle, Michael Thomas, Cardinals, Martellus Bennett. This is a Despicable League. Okay. Yeah, you drafted Martellus Bennett. Okay, so 70 points. 70 points. I believe this is the second game that. No, nah. Yeah, this is the second game that finishes in a tie. These same guys did not finish in a tie last week or the weeks before. So, yeah, so let's check out how this tie went. Both these guys left a lot of points on their bench. 41 for Despicable League, now Grind Time Box, and Super Sauce, 46 points on his bench. Even though most of his players were on bye, that's just crazy. So yeah, so he started Matt Ryan over Big Ben. I also didn't start Big Ben in some other leagues. I didn't think coming back off the injury he was going to do good, especially against the Dallas defense. It's pretty good. Or not so much their defense, but more their offense just holds the ball for so long. So yeah, I can see why he started Big Ben. Now Matt Ryan over Big Ben. Melvin Gordon, I don't think he scored any touchdowns. Matt Asiata, Kendall Wright, Quincy Enunwa, Robert Gronkowski, Matt Sanders, all scoring very low. Ravens defense 16 points and Nick Nova 6 points. All right, so one player in his team scored 0. So he could blame the tie on Quincy Enunwa. And same thing could go for Michael Thomas. Blame the tie on Michael Thomas. Philip Rivers, 17 points. Sarah Carell, top 10 running back or top 12 running back or something like that. He may have fallen out of the top 15 after this game. Darren Sproles, 16 points. Jordy Nelson. Oh wow, I was just talking mess about Jordy Nelson. Him and Devontae Adams both showing that they are on the same page with Aaron Rodgers. So he might not. I mean, depending on his contract, he probably still going to be around next year. Cole Beasley, 3 points, suffering from Des Bryant returning. So yeah, so he's probably a cut on most leagues. Jason Witten. We already talked about Michael Thomas, 0 points. Cardinals defense 7, and Justin Tucker 9. Now, like I said, both these guys have quite a bit of points. They both started the wrong quarterback. Russell Wilson 25, Marchetta's been at 10. So yeah, Jason Witten over Marchetta's been in. Now we can start two tight ends in these leagues and ESPN's formats. So he could have easily started Marchetta's Bennett over Michael Thomas. It's kind of hard to do that. Wide receivers usually get more targets than tight ends, but Marcellus Bennett is a beast. So, it could have gone either way. So, yeah, another tie, guys. That sucks. But I would rather get a tie now than a loss. But, that's just me. Okay, let's check out the other teams. All right, so Dr. Grontopis versus Clinch the Playoffs. Clinch the playoffs. Not sure who Clinch the Playoffs is. I think that's Garza. I'm recognizing some of his players, Mike Evans, AJ Green, and he just traded for Targ early. He gave up Mr. Robert Kelly, the starting running back for the Washington Redskins, and he gets Mr. underperforming first round pick Todd Gurley. Yeah, not as much as a lopsided trade as everybody made it seem to be. If anything, he would have probably benefited by starting Robert Curley. He may have gotten the win. Robert Curley got 9 points, I believe. So 3 points would have gotten him the win. So yeah, not that lopsided of a trade. His guys did not show up this week. Mike Evans, I believe, didn't get no touchdowns. AJ Green got one. Allen Robinson on his bench, 18 points. CJ Prosay. Now, this is crazy. CJ Prosay has two good games, and the Seahawks decided to just cut Christian Michael. It might be more they don't get along with Christian Michael because he was a second round draft pick a couple years ago, and then they just cut him. They traded back for him, and he had a hell of a beginning of the year and just completely fell off. Matter of fact, Christian Michael's right here on Dr. Grontopis' team. So yeah, it was crazy. That was them cutting him is just like crazy, crazy. But I don't know. It's just fantasy football, NFL football. It's just like a big soap opera, man. You don't know what's gonna happen from week to week. So yeah, so Mr. Garza clinched the playoffs. Left a lot of points on his bench, 67. His bench outscored his starters. That is crazy. That doesn't happen that often. He could have gone with almost half of a lineup and he would have won because his starters scored 4 more points and his bench scored 4 more points than his starters, 2 more points than Grontopis. So yeah, not a good, not good. All right, so let's see what Grontopis did. Dak Prescott, 18 points. Jonathan Stewart, 3 points. David Johnson, man, David Johnson, 21 points. Alshon Jeffrey 4, and then gets suspended. I don't know what he got suspended for, but that was crazy. I traded him away in one of my other leagues. Pretty much it was just a throw-in, so I didn't have to cut him. But I believe the guy I traded him to does intend on cutting him. It's not in this league; it's in my other league. Brandon Marshall 1 point. Both those guys are just killing teams, man. Jordan Reed 4, Christian Michael 2. Again, he didn't get suspended, but he got cut. Rams defense 9, and Robbie Gold 3. All right, so Dr. Grontopis has quite a bit of points on his bench himself. 9 points with Marcus Mariota. Um, Depending on which way you go, 9 points also with Michael Floyd. 9 points with Devontae Parker. So yeah, both these guys very low scoring game, and Dr. Grontopis squeezes out the win, even though uh, he wasn't too happy with the Todd Gurley trade. But again, had he started the other guy, he would have won. Robert Kelly. Robert Kelly. All right, so I'm gonna pause this because it's getting on the 15-minute mark. I'm still trying to get the videos to under 15 minutes, but it's not working. So I'm just gonna pause and then start recording on the second videos to review the other games. All right, guys. So, like I was saying earlier, it's kind of hard to keep these videos under 15 minutes. It's 6 teams, 6 matchups, 12 teams. So it's a lot of reviewing, and I like to hear myself talk. So that kind of makes it hard to stop recording or stop talking. I could easily stop recording. I just can't stop talking. All right, so let's check out what George Suicide Squad versus Team Moreno. Let's see. Team Moreno leads 58 points on the bench, which proved to be very costly. Very costly. Because George decided to show up this week and score 156 points. By far the highest scoring highest scoring lineup uh, of this league. Everybody on his team showed up. Drew Brees 20, Le'Veon Bell 24, LeGarrette Blount 24, Des Bryant 17, Demarius Thomas 14, Delaney Walker 18, Willie Snead 16, Chiefs defense 13, and Matt Bryant 10. So he left Hoshka on the bench for 14 and Carson Wentz. I would have probably cut that guy a long time ago. So yeah, so he set up a hell of a lineup. And let's see. Team Moreno, Eli Manning 17 points, Odell Beckham 15 points, Brandon Cooks 15 points, Charles Chandler Constaro 11 points. Buccaneers defense 25 points, which is crazy for a defense. But he needed every point he could have got. Doug Baldwin 23 points, so he's showing that last year's late run wide receiver catching touchdown whatever. He's just showing that last year was not a fluke, was not a flake. And let's check out Mr. Doug Martin did. 10 points for Mr. Doug Martin coming back from a injury that kept him out for about 4 to 5 weeks, I believe. So yeah, so he was stashed on a lot of my benches. I mean, the guy is a beast at running back. A couple years ago, he was number one or top five running back. I believe his rookie year. Ever since then, he has not been able to produce the same, but he still shows that he is a top running back. So yeah, so it's gonna be beautiful to be able to start him from now on and not just have a bench spot being taken up and having underperforming running backs just all over the place. Jacquizz Rogers, what was the other guy? Anton Smith. The list goes on. Peyton Barber. The list goes on for Tampa Bay running backs. So I'm pretty sure they're just as happy to get Doug Martin back as much as we are here on in our fantasy world here for every team that drafted Doug Martin. Like I said, I do have him in a couple other leagues. He is a beast at running back, so he does help out when he plays. Let's check out what let's check out what the last team did. And yeah, this computer is much faster. I'm noticed right now. I saved the last 15 minutes that I just recorded, and it is blazing fast. We're gonna see how fast it does it on the movie maker because usually that's the side that takes the longest to record and to edit and upload. All right, guys. So let me go to the screen for the last team. All right, so we're gonna end this villains versus hero review with the Harambe's playing Cam Steel, Mr. Rodney. Rodney is having a horrible last 7 weeks. Starting off the year 3-0, being powered by the DeAndre Hopkins, CJ Anderson, and Will Fuller show. He started off very strong, just like he did last year. I believe he was 10-0 last year. He thought he was going to be able to cruise to 10-0 this year. Not gonna happen, Ronnie. Not only is it not gonna happen, it's not happening as we speak. If I could just get a third win, I'm gonna catch up to Ronnie. Let's review Ronnie's underperforming 59 points. What did he do? Cam Newton 23 points. Nobody else in double digit points. 7 points, Terrence West. 2 points, Duke Johnson. 4 points, D Hop. Terrell Pryor, 4 points. Jimmy Graham, 4 points. Julius Thomas, 8 points. I believe he got a touchdown. Patriots defense, 1. Graham Gano, 6. He leaves 11 points on his bench with Andy Dalton, and his rest of the players did not do anything. Fuller, 0. Torrey Smith, 2. Ladarius Green, 3. So, yeah, sucks for Rodney. But, yeah, it's, like I said at the first couple of videos that I recorded, I seriously doubt he was going to be able to keep up the route that he was, the amount of points he was putting up from unproven players, mostly Will Fuller, which sucks because that just slowed down the whole Texans offense. All right, so the Harambeans starts Blake Bortles, Lamar Miller, Matt Forte, Kelvin Benjamin, Jordan Matthews. Antonio gets Tyrell Williams, 18 points. Man, it's so hard to distinguish, to try to figure out what the hell San Diego's going to do, but sometimes you're in the winning end of that, sometimes you're not. 18 points out of Tyrell Williams. Very much take those points any day of the week. 5 points, Eagles defense. 14 points, Dan Bailey. He left 16 points on his bench for Stephon Diggs, outscoring both Belgium and Matthews. 7 points, Hunter Henry, outscoring nobody. And James Starks, 10 points. Sorry for yawning. Alright, guys, so this is the review for week 10, and I will edit and upload very shortly. And once I do that, I will, depending on how late it is, because I'm getting kind of sleepy, I'm going to make the prediction video. I will try to make the prediction video before the game starts. I've been getting really bad at that, but I'm going to try to do better. So, yeah. I appreciate you hanging in there with me. I believe a total of 22 minutes. So for you guys who actually watched all the video and whatever, you guys just like to hear me talk, or you like to hear me be incorrect or be correct. Uh, Thanks for watching. Thanks for supporting the channel. I'm gonna get back on making those shirts. I'm gonna try to have them ready before the fantasy league championship ends, which is I believe is week 15 or week 14. For sure, I'm gonna have shirts to give away Super Bowl weekend. I'm gonna try to see if I can get a lot of followers here for my channel. I'm gonna make 12 shirts for the league first, and then I'm gonna start just randomly giving them away if I get a certain amount of views or whatever. So yeah, guys, I appreciate the support. Click like, subscribe, and this is Ozzy from FATT Fantasy all the time. Click like, subscribe, guys. Thanks for the support.